what's been the biggest change in attitude in the team over the past 4 years or so? Because it seems like we keep hearing this new Carolina. And so have you noticed a big shift in attitude in the guys? I know it's a new team every year, but have you noticed just kind of this overall shift in attitude from the younger guys coming in to the older guys?
I feel like throughout my years here, every year it seems like there was a little bit more excitement, within the players. And I think this year, you could feel when the year started, through training, how we trained as a team and showing up the workouts. I mean, you could really feel that excitement through everybody. And that kind of gave the New Carolina feeling like, it's a New Carolina team because, we're going to compete. And we were doing that the whole year. And we came in knowing that, we have the talent. We know we recruited the talent. And we worked hard. And this New Carolina spirit had us ready to, anybody we face, if we compete and do what we're supposed to do, we should come out on the winning side.
Any fear at all that a slip up against Vanderbilt could lead to kind of what happened 2 years ago where the team just kind of, the wheels just seem to kind of fall off and you don't win any more games?
I don't feel like it'll be like that because just like 2 years ago I said, we were still working hard and we watched the Alabama game and, watched with the coaches and we went there and we tried to do our best, realize our mistakes and we're going on the practice field correcting those mistakes. At the same time preparing for Vanderbilt. And if we do that, I mean, we'll be very prepared and ready for a good game on Saturday.
Since you graduated, been taking any interesting classes? I know like Jamon and Andrew, and they took like golf with you.
No. One class I am taking was Dr. Cusack, or Miss Cusack. She is a sports psychology class, and we talk a lot about mindsets. And I have another class, with a social work class with Dr. Kupler. And he kind of talk about the same thing where, I'm learning more where, when you prepare mentally, it can take you far from where you actually can go with your body and everything else. But I'm taking all, golf or basketball, jogging, and like that.
Looking back over 3 or 4 years ago, are you glad you made the switch on the defensive line to the offensive line? I know there was a little trepidation there at the beginning, but it looks like it's worked out well for you.
Yeah, I feel like it worked out well. I mean, just like I said, when I first got switched, Coach Bray came up to me and other coaches, and I came with a mindset, the coach has been in the business longer than I have. So, I mean, taking their advice, I feel like it wouldn't be that much of a risk. I mean, coming out this year, now I know 3 positions on the offensive line. I still can learn the defense really easily. I mean, I feel like I'm more prepared. Because, in my future, when I'm done with football, I actually want to get into coaching. And that actually helps me out, because now I know both sides of the ball. And now I'm on offense. Actually, I can look at the table of the defenses, and I can, realize things like, well, they're not gaps down here, what's going on. And, now, I'm center, guard. I feel like it has worked out my advantage.
What's the offensive line doing to try to get a little bit of protection for the quarterback?
After watching the tape, you can see some things, just sometimes they had good coverage on, we had to, finish our block sometimes, we might sit there and as an offensive lineman, it's a pretty difficult position because, you're sitting there blocking somebody, but yet you don't know what's going on behind you. At one point we think Garcia's right behind us, we look to our left just like everybody else and he's scrambling. So, we're going to, working on fundamentals like we do every day in practice and just make sure our effort level is high all week, continue to do things, no lows.
Well, Coach Spurrier talked about the pressure that Vandy's got on you guys the last couple of years with the defensive line. Why have they given you guys fits up front?
Watching tape on Vanderbilt, and they've lost a couple games, and we watch the tape, and the score can be misleading sometimes, but their defense, they're very gap sound, they're a smart team, and they work very hard. You see on tape, they'll be rushing, and you see that as if it seems they're blocked. And all of a sudden you see them, disengage, keep working, and keep running their feet, and they don't stop. They have a high motor defense. So you gotta make sure, when you're playing against this defense, you gotta make sure you're matching that tempo and outplaying them 4 quarters.
When you were growing up in Orlando, did you watch a lot of SEC football? Did you keep up with it?
No, not really. 'Cause I used to live in Minnesota.
Okay.
And when I was a younger kid, I was a big boy already, so I thought I was play basketball. I was playing point guard, but I was, really big than a lot of kids, and I played it all. Came down to Florida, got into more into football, and that's when, Miami was winning. They won the national championship. But, I followed the Gophers and Miami Hurricanes, Florida State. But later on, I mean, you recognize the SEC because we're a strong conference, and the Floridas and the Georgias and the LSU's. So
I just wondered what your impressions, I guess, growing up with Vanderbilt were versus maybe they're a team that's a lot better than.
Right. I mean, even when I was getting recruited, I mean, you still really never heard a lot about Vanderbilt, but their coaching staff and their team, you see through the past years, they've improved. Trying to change our outlook like we are. Everybody else, that we can be a presence in the SEC. I mean, you can't sleep on any team in the SEC because you go in one week and you get upset.